What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here, back with another episode of SpartanDawgs. As you see here on the screen, got my good brother, Tony Lippett, a.k.a. Lip. What's happening, partner?
What's the wizard?
Man, let's go ahead and hop right into it here. The Lions went ahead and lost to the Green Bay Packers 27-13. Jared Goff was 31 of 39 from the field, 225 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. David Montgomery had 11 carries for 25 yards. If I continue to look here, Jahmyr Gibbs had 9 carries for 19. Sam Laporta had 6 receptions for 79. Miles St. Brown had 4 receptions for 45. Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 receptions for 31. Williams, J-Mo, who had signed that extension, shout out to him. That's really huge to go ahead and get him squared away. He went in and got his money. I think it was like a 3-year, $83 million deal. He went ahead and had 4 receptions for 23. Talk to me about this one, man. It's tough to see the first game, but if you want my hindsight quickly here, I think they'll be all right. Talk to me about the Lions.
First off, it was a good game. That was one of the better games on Sunday. Opening Sunday for the NFL. Obviously, every Sunday from now on, we getting games and football is here. So this was the first official weekend of football. So we're glad that it's here. However, I don't want Jared Goff throwing 39 passes a game. I think his sweet spot is around 29 to like 31. I mean, he had 31 completions though. 31 completions is pretty damn good. But obviously, they had no run game. Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery had 20 carries total, and they combined for 44 yards, 44 rushing yards by two of these dynamic running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs had 19 touches, and he had 50 yards. Like, if I'm giving Jahmyr Gibbs 19 touches, I expect for him to have a buck and some change for sure. You can tell how this Micah Parsons trade impacted this Packers defense. I was watching the game, and I think the first play he came in was on third down because obviously they want to, work his way in, give him some love. He didn't practice all training camp, had the back little problems, and they have been practicing all training camp without him, with the expectation that they wasn't going to have him anyway. So, and like you've been saying this whole offseason, that this is probably one of their better defenses that they had since, I think you said this is like around when Aaron Rodgers won a championship with the Clay Matthews and Charles Woodson and Tremont Williams and Nick Collins and Barnett and those guys. Like you said, this is one of their better defenses. And they went out there and performed really well. They had 4 sacks. Obviously, they shut down the run with 2 running backs that we know that can damn near probably change the game if they needed to. They have changed the game last year for sure. They stopped that. They stopped the receivers. No receiver had over 50 yards receiving except Laporta. And he was 6 for 79, but him being your leading receiver, I don't think that's going to, win you a game. Like, he's nice, but you need J-Mo, you need St. Brown, you need those guys to be able to stretch the field, get chunk yardage, and get yak and those things. So they wasn't getting that. So obviously, the game plan that the Packers had was dynamic. And when Micah Parsons came in, you could tell he damn near wrecked the game. Like, let me go to his stats. It ain't even about stats. He had 1 tackle, 1 solo, 1 sack in the TFL. So he really had, I don't know if they kind of sacking it. Like, when you get a sack, do you get a TFL as well? No, you don't. So those are separate, right? Are they separate?
Yeah, they are. They are. I think they might go ahead and, because
they can't be separate because they only had 1 tackle. So they can't be separate.
No,
a sack,
they're all combined.
So a sack will be, you will get a TFL for that as well. So he only had 1 tackle, you feel me? 1 sack. But if you watch the game, you've seen his impact. You've seen that he made it very uncomfortable for Jared Goff. He made it uncomfortable for Sewell. He was damn near going at Penei Sewell. Like, in the run game and in the passing game, like, he is exactly what that defense needed. Like, I like Rashawn Gary and I like the interior, but he is a guy. No, that ain't that. He a guy that can change the game. Like, he's a motor. He's a Ferrari. He got speed. He be hunting. You got to worry about him. You have to know where he's at. Like, he's one of those guys where you have to know where he's at every play. I don't care if he don't make no plays, you chipping him, because that one time you don't chip him or you don't double team him, he going to get a sack. He's going to get a pressure. He's going to get a quarterback hurry. Like, if you watch the game, he was on that. Quarterback hurries, making Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a pocket quarterback. He don't really want to be rolling out or stepping to the left or stepping to the right. He want to do his drop, step up in the pocket, and deliver the ball. But when you got a guy doing these games, as far as the D-line and they swinging around each other, going this way under and coming underneath, and he's flashing right in front of you, hunting, you gonna see him. You have to know that he's there. He kind of took over that game like that. He only played like 25 no more than 30 snaps. His impact was definitely made on this game. And it helped the offense because the offense was kind of slow a little bit in the first half. Y'all offense was slow. It was a little slow. Y'all scored points, but it was kind of a little slow. It wasn't moving as crisp as you would want it to move. Jordan Love was 16 for 22, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he didn't throw for over 200 yards, 250 yards. Their run game, they only had 66 yards. Well, more than that, but Josh Jacobs had 19 carries for 66 yards. So it wasn't like a bunch of explosive plays or, a bunch of first downs going on. But when you got a defender that can change the game, it's going to pump energy back into that offense. You now can get the ball back quicker with that guy. So it was a good game. The Packers look good. The Packers look good for sure. Like I said, offense was a little slow. They stalled out a couple times on drives. Jordan Love have to continue to be the best game manager he can be because that's where he's going to be great at. Like he got the highlight plays and the highlight throws, and he can make plays with his arm that a lot of quarterbacks can't. But he also be doing some shit with his arm that put his teams in harm's way as well. And he has to get out of that. So great season opener. Obviously the Lions lost. Packers won. Division game. So that's like 2 wins. They play each other again on Thanksgiving in Detroit. And that's gonna be a big game. These are gonna be big games. So I like what I seen from the Packers. Didn't so much like what I seen from the Lions. They kind of looked shaky. Did you think the Lions they kind of looked lost out there a little bit offensively, a little bit defensively? Do you think offensively they looked like they was a step behind on offense? What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I think definitely, again, not saying that it was the Micah Parsons effect, but you can tell that the offensive line was kind of like, shit, like they're kind of overthinking on certain situations, on run gaps. Like I remember vividly the center on your own goal line goes ahead and goes the wrong way, and then our nose tackle, I think it was Wooden at the time, literally just wide open free to go ahead and possibly get a safety. I just think that they were still figuring things out. I think when you go ahead, right, you don't have the same people. We've talked about this on this show. You don't have the same guys like Ben Johnson going in, you're talking about certain things. You don't have the normal people that you have in the wide receiver room. Who was the coach for them that is now obviously over with the Bears?
Ben
He
Johnson.
played too. But Randall, their wide
Randall,
receiver.
Randall.
Yeah. Like guys aren't in the building that they normally are seeing every day when they go ahead and talk about them in situations like that. Stuff matters. And you saw that game because as the Packers, we went ahead and got on them early on the defensive end. We were flying around. We were downhill. We were doing what we needed to do to kind of put pressure on that offense to go ahead and respond. So I think that was just a really big difference. And they were definitely shell-shocked and not having those same people that they go to and talk about when they come off of, say, a third down. Hey, listen, we're good. We're going to go ahead and make plays. We're going to make adjustments. I don't think the adjustments were ever made to try to go ahead and get the run game going, to try to go ahead and get something a little bit different in the pass game. This is an eye-opener for the OC to be like, all right, well, I got to go ahead and kind of hunker down here because it's only going to get harder from here on out. I mean, granted, you play the Bears this coming week, but I just think that you work it out. Like, that's to go to Lambeau, especially what you just saw with them, and you're like, okay, now we know what we need to go ahead and get prepared for. Even though you knew you were prepared, you definitely were prepared, and you saw it. And it's a credit to, I get credit when credit's due. Granted, I know I'm a Packers fan, so sorry if we go ahead and have these, but we came out and did what we needed to do. We came out and did what we needed to do on the defensive end. So I don't think that this is something, if I'm putting in your shoes or I'm putting any for the Lions, this is just one of those games like, all right, like we now know what the Packers are on, and now we know we're on from an offensive end because we need to get this figured out because it's only going to get tougher from here on out.
Like I think this game wasn't so much about the Packers. Like, yeah, the Packers are the Packers, but this is the first game of the season. So I'm not really thinking about the Packers. They don't play them again until like fucking 3 months later. So this ain't really about the Packers. I would think this is about the Lions. They looked like they had a new coordinator on offense. They looked like they had a new coordinator. Jared Goff looked a little like he went back to not San Francisco. He went back and played for the Rams again. Like, he looked a little, I don't know. It's game 1, so I don't want to put a name on it. But as the games go on, we'll see which way he goes. They gave up 4 sacks. 4 sacks. You give up 4 sacks on the road to a team and you throw the ball 39 times. It's on. You couldn't run the ball. He dropped him back 39 times. You got Parsons. You got Gary. You got Even the linebackers played well. Cooper, Walker, what's that safety name? He made a great pick. Williams. He made a great pick, but that pick was caused because of Micah Parsons. Yes. He came and flashed right in his face, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get this ball out of my hand." Like that ain't a stat for Micah Parsons, but if you watching the game, you can see impact. I don't need no stats. Like, yeah, I want sacks from my defensive ends and shit like that, but I don't care about how many fucking tackles you got. I don't care. I care about QB hurries. I care about QB hits. I care about sacks and TFLs. But I don't give a fuck if you got 10 tackles. There's so much things defensive linemen do that don't show up in the stat sheet. But it's very impactful for that entire defense. But that defense, like, they had some juice. They had some juice, bruh. That's something to keep your eyes on, because all he gonna do is keep playing. As the season go on, he's gonna play more plays and more plays and more plays. And I don't think he's gonna get wore down like he has probably with the Cowboys the last few years, because I think the Packers defense, especially their front seven, are way better than the Cowboys. The Cowboys had them little ass linebackers. They was playing damn near DBs playing linebackers. So they couldn't even stop the run. Their defensive tackles with the Cowboys couldn't stop the run. So it was putting a whole bunch of pressure on Micah Parsons to be super special. And he was able to do that at times. But now y'all defense is going to be good without him this year. The Packers deep, bro, you told me months ago that this defense was one of the best defenses they should have in a long time. This was way before Parsons got there. So knowing that you add him there, he really just going to be the cherry on top. Nigga, that's a productive cherry. That's what I'm going to say. So, man, so I like what I'm seeing from the Packers, man. Continue to get that chemistry with that offense. Continue to Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur to grow with each other. And hey, man, we might look up later on. Yeah. So I like what I'm seeing from that game, though. Shout out to the Packers.
Before we go ahead and get off the Lions train here, what are you expecting here at this game versus the Bears? Bears did lose against the Vikings. They do have the Bears at home. That's a noon game. What are you thinking for this game for the Lions coming up here?
Both of these teams are 0-1. Another division game. This would be the Bears' second division game in a row to start the season. I think the Bears played well last night, but they didn't finish the drill. This is Ben Johnson and damn near a lot of that staff at the Bears coming back to Detroit for week 2. Already, like week 2, they already playing each other. He already back here. I think the emotions are going to be running high. I think Ben Johnson, you know, when you got a coach and you coaching against the defense and you like, yeah, we would have got you on that. But it's practice, though. You feel me? Like, yeah, we would have got you on that. But it's practice. And practice and the game are two different things. Now they're going to be colliding in the game. Like, obviously, Kirby Joseph got something to say. Had something to say, I think, like last week about Ben Johnson. And Ben Johnson always got his little snorky little remarks and shit like that. Little stuff. Even from his opening press conference, what's the name? He said something about Green Bay or some shit like that. Like, he said something about the rivalry or something like that. You know he coming with that edge, and they going to want to win. And They came up short last night, which they should have won. I think they're going to come into Detroit and win their first game.
Shit.
And then I think the Lions going to start looking like, hold up now. What the fuck going on? Because you don't want to start off 0-2. You don't want to start off 0-2, but I think the Lions will start off 0-2 because I think the Bears is going to come in there highly motivated. And I think the Lions, bro, it's hard to be good year after year after year, bro. It's hard to keep going to the NFC Championship. Like you are the target now. Like you ain't shocking motherfuckers now. Like everybody know who the Lions are. Nah, that week is a big week. And I just think the Bears are gonna be ready. I think they looked decent last night. They just didn't finish. I think they finished this week.
Let's move on over to our Michigan State football. Man, what a great game against Boston College. They won that one 42-40 in double overtime. All aspects of the game was played at a high level, complete attention to detail. All 6 quarters, because it went into OT. Offense, defense, special teams plays being made. God, it was a great game to watch. I was excited for this team. This is a very big win for the program. This is huge for Jonathan Smith. This is huge for the offensive coordinator. This is huge for the defensive coordinator. It's huge for the players. Huge for the whole university. Talk to me about this game here.
I'm going to start off by this. Aiden Childs, that was the best game I've seen him play as a Spartan. That was his best game. And what made it to me his best game, it wasn't the 4 passing touchdowns. It wasn't that. He had some pretty passing touchdowns for sure. The deep ball he threw to Nick Marsh, I think that was in like the second quarter. The corner route, that was a nice one, but he missed him early though. He missed Marsh early on that deep one all the way across the field. He just threw that motherfucker too far to the left. Put some more touch on it and some more air on there, and he gonna run right under that. But he came back. I think that was the next drive. He came back and completed that ball. I like how, because last year he might have fell in the fucking tank missing some of these throws early in the game. But that showed me a little growth that he had. And it's just small pieces, bro. It's small pieces. Like, you ain't got to grow tremendously, but keep stacking these chips. You know, keep chopping wood, climbing. You know what the fuck I mean. But it wasn't even about his passing touchdowns. It was about his legs. He only had 12 carries for 39 yards. But if you watch the game, he was creating plays with his legs in the pass game and in the running game. And that has to be a threat. He has to be like, hey, I will run this motherfucker, because now you're going to make the linebackers and safeties pay a little bit more attention to you. And now we got number 1 going behind your head, Nick Marsh going behind your head. Even number 13, I see him make that one-hand catch on the sideline. That was nice for him. Like I said, I liked how we played. We looked smooth. Kelly got to hold on to the damn ball. I think he had like 2 fumbles.
Good God. I was like, brother, man, what are we doing? When he hurdled that guy, I'm like, oh, hell no.
Bro, why
He too juiced.
Why everybody always trying to jump over motherfuckers, bro?
Too juiced for that.
I'm jump over people,
I'm like, bro, chill out.
Like, bro, like, stay on the ground, dog. Like, everybody always trying to jump over everybody. Like, bro, chill sometime, bro. Y'all gonna fall on y'all, man, just chill, bro. But he fumbled a couple times early. I'm like, hey, bro, he tripping. But he still kept his head in the game to end the game with that catch at the end. Even though it was a 2-point conversion, whatever it is, like, he could have dropped that motherfucker. You feel me? His confidence could have been shot to the point where he would have dropped it. But that shows me he a little resilient as well. And they gonna believe in him even more after that. To fumble twice and lose both of them, and then to come back and end the game, like, they build and trust within each other. So shout out to the offense. This is definitely a really good offensive game from what I've seen. Defensively, though, we gave up 390 yards, 34 completions, and 4 touchdowns. Like, got to be better in the secondary. Got to get to the fucking quarterback. He had 0 sacks, and 45 dropbacks. You feel me? He had 45 passing attempts. So out of 45 passing attempts, you get no sacks. Come on, bro. Like, at the minute, it's like 7-on-7. Like, this shit was like 7-on-7. 34 completions, 45 attempts, 390 yards. You got one receiver buying 11 catches for 90 yards. The next receiver, 8 catches, 84 yards. Next receiver, or the running back has 7 catches for 66 yards. Another receiver, 1 for 56. Another receiver, 3 for 43. Another receiver, 2 for 32. And 4 different receivers had a touchdown. It's like, we got to tighten up that secondary for sure. Because I don't know how good this quarterback is as far as, like, can he go to the next level? But I know as we continue to go, we're going to play against quarterbacks that can potentially play at the next level. And they're going to take even more advantage of our DBs if we ain't fucking stepping up to the plate. But, however, Spartan Stadium was rocking. We finished the drill. Aiden Childs played his best game as a Spartan. Now, what you going to do next week? Because, yeah, bro, you did good last week, bro. It was nice. Yeah, good win. Yep, game 2. Love it. What you going to do this week? I think we play Youngstown this week. Then we can play USC. What you going to do that week? You play in LA, in the Coliseum. I think they play at 10 at night or 11 at night. You feel me? They got that late game because on the West Coast, so they're going to play at 8 there. It's going to be 8 there, but it's going to be 11 here. God damn, I don't know if I'm going to make it. But, yeah, we got to keep stacking. You feel me? Like, don't revert back and start doing bullshit. Like, grow from that game and continue to use your legs, brother. Continue to use your legs because that is a part of your game. Like what I seen, man, good win, good program win. It's early, though. We got to keep going. It's game 2. Like, y'all niggas ain't won a Super Bowl. Like, yeah, good win, but let's fucking keep going, bro. Like, Big Ten ball ain't even started yet. Let's go. Get ready for that ball because that's going to be a lot different than playing even Boston College. You feel me? Like, that's going to be different than that. So, like what I seen, man, good win, 42-40. Man, good win. Great play calling in overtimes as well.
Yes.
Great play calling in overtime. Like that.
Man, continue to chop wood, carry water. I went ahead and finished that one for you when I talked about it earlier. Skinny new stack days, all that good stuff. Youngstown State comes in. I think that's a noon game. Can't fold over and relap. You got to continue to press forward. So we're definitely going to be on top of that. Obviously next
They
week.
play at 3:30.
Oh, play at 3:30. 3:30 they play at. I just took a wild guess because it's Youngstown State, and I'm sure people don't want to watch Youngstown State at at a prime time at 3:30, but I guess it's at 3:30. Moving on over to the Detroit Tigers real quick here. They went ahead and only won one in that series against the White Sox. They went and lost 7-5 the first game. They won 6-0 the second game and lost 6-4 the third game. They go ahead and face the Yankees. They face them in a 3-game series today, tomorrow, and Thursday. That'll be a pretty big one. That one is in New York. You go ahead and you got to go ahead and get that kind of series you want to kind of go ahead and get, just to go ahead and see where you're at. You're still obviously on top of your division. You are 8.5 games ahead, so just keep stacking wins, as we say.
We got the Tigers.
Stacking.
We got a 3-game straight in New York. Damn, 3 straight days too. Damn, they play every day.
Yeah,
bro, they play every day, bro. Like, every day is like. Or they play every day in September besides like 2 days, like 3 days. That shit is crazy. But I mean, it ain't like they gotta fucking run all damn day. They just standing there until something happens. They got a 3-game road trip playing against the New York Yankees. Obviously, they got Aaron Judge, and I don't know his home. I don't know what he. I know he's still cold right now, so that's going to be a problem going into New York. It's going to be a problem, period, playing in New York against him. And their record, they are the Yankees are right now ranked 4th in the American League, and the Tigers are ranked 2. So, and they only 2 games back from each other. Basically, I think like 2 games. So this 3-game series is going to determine if the Yankees are going to climb up and pass the Tigers, because the Tigers are 82-62, and the Yankees are 80-63. So this series is gonna determine who's gonna jump up in the standings. You finish in the season, you don't want to be low in the standings. You want to be as high as you can be to maintain home field advantage and shit, even over your own league, American League, and then if you make it to the championship, over the National League. Obviously, the Brewers are 89-56. They got the best record, and they are 5 games, like I'll probably say like 3-4 games ahead of everybody right now. So that is pretty good as well. But you never know. Shit can happen. A game being played every day, you can lose 4 in a row, and then you feel me can go that way. So Tigers got to tighten up, and they 4-6 in the last 10 games. They got to get a nice little 5-game win streak, or not 5-game win streak. They just got to be on the positive end of these 3-2 or 6-4 or 7-3. They got to be on that end of the stick instead of being below 500 and within the next 10 games, and that'll put them in good position. So we shall see. Go Tigers. I better tighten up on whoop your ass.
And obviously that concludes our Michigan sports talk here. Let's go ahead and go over to the Speak On It segment. Week 1 of the NFL, a lot of games that were kind of eye-opening, a lot of games that you look at like, damn, these teams are absolutely horseshit. And these teams are some ones that are absolutely shockers that could possibly go and have a really good season. Just a couple, like the primetime ones we'll go ahead and start with, and then whatever ones that you feel with my good brother, go ahead and shout them out to me. I'm going to go ahead and talk right here with the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Chargers won that one 27-21. You know, that is a divisional game to go ahead and pop off. Chargers look pretty good, didn't they? I don't know about you guys that was watching the game, but they look pretty good to me. And we have question marks about the Chiefs. I think we do. You go ahead and talk to me about this game, and we'll go ahead and talk about some other ones.
First off, I knew this was going to be a physical game. I picked the Chargers to win this game because, like I said, I just feel like the league has caught up with the Chiefs. I just feel like the Chiefs keep replaying this same team, thinking that they're gonna get better. You have to put, when Steph Curry won his back-to-back MVP, he won the finals and then he lost one. And this is in the prime of his career. Like, obviously, he's still fucking in the prime of his shit now, you know. But when I think it was like 25, 24, 26, in that window, it could have went either way. But after they lost after they lost the finals to the Cavs, they went out and got Kevin Durant. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where is the Chiefs' Kevin Durant? They have to help Mahomes. Like, they keep signing the players they drafted. Nothing against that, but bro, you have to bring in some new flavor into the fucking building. And I'm not talking about Hollywood Brown. You have to bring in some stars. The running back game, the running backs, what are they doing? They have no like real dynamic playmakers on the offense anymore. Travis Kelce is not that anymore. He's not carrying your team anymore. He's not balancing out everything on the offense anymore. You need guys, you need production around them, and you need high level production. The best weapon a quarterback can have is a run game, and they don't have a run game. And they keep bringing back these same fucking running backs. You feel me? Like they should have drafted whatever. They should have went out and got some running backs. They should be trying to get ETN. They should be trying to get him from the Jags. He wasn't going on with the Jags. They should be trying to get Breece Hall. They should be trying to get these guys to add some new flavor to this team, to this offense. Because Mahomes can't do this shit by himself. And right now he's doing it by himself because all he got to depend on is Xavier Worthy. And Xavier Worthy is more Goodwin, Marquise Goodwin, not taking no shot at Marquise Goodwin because that was a fast wide receiver that made a lot of plays and played. I think he played 10 years in the league. But Goodwin wasn't Deshaun Jackson. I think Worthy is more Goodwin than Deshaun Jackson. And that's just okay. Like, that's whatever. Like, we don't even know if Worthy is Robbie Anderson. Remember Robbie Anderson with the Jets? He was eating like a real fast guy, but like he was fucking eating. I don't even know if Worthy's that. So you can't really depend on Worthy for that. Then now he out. Yeah. Now he out. He got a dislocated shoulder and he already fucking small as shit. He gonna be out for a while. Like he's never like, bro, when you get hurt in the season, bro, you're not gonna ever be healthy again in the season. So yeah, they'll be like, oh, he's gonna be out for 5 weeks. Cool, we gonna come back. That shoulder's still gonna be hurting. That shoulder's still gonna be hurting. And it's gonna change the way he play a little bit. Then you got Rice out for 6 weeks. He's suspended. So now you just got Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, he keep running this same little shit back, bro. Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sure Watson out there, number 84. He love that little Watson guy. Watson and Noah Gray and all this shit. Like, bro, you need players, bro. I know Andy Reid is a great play caller, but you need players. Move on from that. Chargers look good. Justin Herbert made winning plays when he needed to make them. That's been his problem for since his whole career. Like, he's made throws in the first half, in the third quarter, but when it was time to like really make these winning plays in the winning time, he was falling a little short. You know what I'm saying? But he made the plays. Man, like I said, the Chargers is a sneaky little team, bro. Like, Johnston played well, 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. McConkey, he's one of the best slots in the game. Like, he just know how to find the pockets in the defense to get open. He's a yak guy too as well. People kind of underlooked. That's why I remember when he was at Georgia, I'm like, bro, he gonna be all right, bro. Like, he gonna be all right. And then when he got to the NFL, he fell into the right system. And then Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen led the Chargers in targets. Targets 7. You know what I'm saying? He had 10 targets, 7 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And his longest catch was 15 yards. So that just tells me like he's routing guys up. He's dominating in the 10-yard, 0 to 10-yard radius, and that's what you need. And they got those guys like that with a good running game and a good coach and a solid defense. So the Chargers look good. The AFC West is wide open because the Broncos didn't look like I thought they was going to look the first week. Bo Nix fucking, I don't know what the hell he was doing. I was seeing some of them throws. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's going on? The AFC West is wide open, and I don't think the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West at all this year. And the Chargers look good. They look like they are creating an identity and a culture. And those are things that you want for any team. I don't give a fuck what you playing. Water polo, fucking swim team, it don't matter. Like, you got to have a culture, you got to have identity. And he's bringing Jim Harbaugh is bringing that flavor, that culture, that respect. Like, people are respecting the Chargers now. And more than they have before Jim got there. So shout out to the Chargers, good win, and they finished the drill. So we're going to see how they continue to go on throughout the season. But they finished this game, and that was a great game for sure.
That boy Herbert was doing his thing. I just vividly remember seeing him go ahead and close that game out on like a long, like 30-plus yard run, slide in, and it's like, oh, yeah. That's one of those plays where it's like, yeah, he's in his bag right now, and he's probably going to be in his bag the whole season. Let's move on over to another game here, the Ravens versus the Bills. Ravens lost that one 40-41. We know how much you love to talk about the Ravens. I don't know if you're going to talk about them after this game anymore, but talk to me about this game here with Lamar Jackson and them blowing a double-digit lead going into the second half. or fourth quarter, excuse me.
Man, I got so much to say about this. I ain't gonna be trying to be going all in, but man, this shit. I know it's week 1, but it's just so many. Their defense are atrocious, bruh. Their defense are atrocious. Josh Allen dropped back 46 times. No, matter of fact, he probably dropped back more than that because he scrambled and ran the ball times as well. He threw the ball 46 times, but I'm sure he dropped back probably about 53 because he had 14 carries. You feel me? And I think a couple of them was like quarterback sneaks, but I don't think they had like no design runs from him. So he probably dropped back 56 times. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. 46 attempts, 33 completions. Got sacked one time, but I think that was like on some, he just kind of fell into that sack. It wasn't like no real sack that really mattered. 56 dropbacks. And that Ravens D-line is the worst I've ever seen. They terrible, bro. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. The secondary, oh my Lord. Bro, the Ravens defense is just fucking trash. Like, inside out. The linebackers, the D-line, and the secondary are all weak, bro. They weak. It's 8 DBs on the field and they playing zone. It's 8 DBs on the field. Like, we got cover guys on the field and they playing cover 2. You got cover guys on the field and they playing 10 yards off of the wide receivers. Bro, you got to challenge. This is the NFL, bro. You have to challenge corners, bro. And then when they get up and press, they pass interference in the shit. Nate Wiggins, pass interference. Like, bro, come on, bro. All he did was run a fucking hitch. Why are you grabbing him? Play with your technique and do your thing. I remember through training camp, you know how teams always talking about, no. They're talking about their players in training camp just to boost them up. I was hearing so much about Nate Wiggins. Oh, he just taking this next step. But every time I was seeing a deep ball that was caught in practice, he was in the picture, bro. Every time I was seeing a pass being caught in their practices from their training camps, Nate Wiggins was giving up passes, bro. So I'm like, dog, is this one of these guys that like he just turn it on when the game turn on? You feel what I'm saying? Like he may not just be the best practice player. You feel me? Or some guys are like that. They like, I ain't about to go super hard to stop him from catching this ball in practice. But in the game, I'm just making sure I'm in position to do that. In the game, I'm going to do it. I don't see it from him, bro. Maybe he continue to grow into that, but they drafted him to be a lockdown corner, and he is not that right now. Jair Alexander, oh my Lord, he just wasn't doing shit. Like, he looked hurt. He looked like he couldn't do. I don't know, bro. He just wasn't pressing. He wasn't playing. I think it was the sleeves, bro. Like he didn't have his long sleeves on. Like he kind of come out there and he didn't have his long sleeves on. His swag wasn't all the way there. But like I said, I think he a little hurt. You with a new team, so you're trying to play through it, but you hurt. And I think it's going to be there the whole time. He's going to miss some games this year. They just can't cover nobody. They don't have no dominant guys on defense. They whole defense don't have. Brother, the best player, I ain't even going to say the best player because he wasn't even that best either. But the guy that I seen that was out there competing and, trying to make some plays was the fucking rookie, Malachi Starks. And he dropped a tip pass, a pick that's early in the game that could change the momentum of the game. He dropped a pick. But Kyle Hamilton, bro, I grew up watching Brian Dawkins, John Lynch, Darren Sharper, Reed, Alamalu, Woodson, Charles Woodson, Nick Collins, Bob Sanders. I can keep going, but those are the safeties that I grew up watching. He's nowhere near none of them motherfuckers. He don't affect the game at all. They just gave him $25 million a year. He do not affect the game. He missed the he missed the blocked field goal at the end of the game. He got clearly through, bruh, and just missed it. That's what I be saying, like, bruh, he's not a playmaker. Every time the ball is thrown and he's on somebody, it's a catch. When he blitz, I don't see him making no plays. And they keep saying how good he is, and I'm just looking like, bruh, I don't see it, bruh. He just big. He just like a 6'3" safety that he may be physical, but, bro, I see him missing tackles. I'm waiting to see this great fucking safety that they keep saying he is. I'm waiting to see it because I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see it. He don't make enough plays to. I'm not giving you $25 million. You be missing tackles. You want to say somebody game before I'll wait for me? You want to say somebody? Go ahead.
No, it's all you. Shit, I was knocked out. I was watching the first half. I'm like, all right, hey, this in the bag. I'm seeing Lamar do his dances and all that. He's pushing fans off after guys touching him on the head. I'm like, oh yeah, this game over with. And then I go ahead and wake up and see that they lost 41-40. But obviously, to transition that, go ahead and talk about obviously more on that offense.
Yeah. The offense, they looked smooth. Like, as I'm watching the game, I can see that Todd Monken added some new different, like, run game schemes, some different plays off of the run game. Like, he was doing jet sweeps, giving the ball to Zay Flowers. Like I said, Zay Flowers need to touch the ball 10 plus times a game. Even if it's fucking handoffs, he need to touch the ball. They added him into the run game a little bit. They added Justice Hill into the run game. Then they came with like a fake jet screen, a fake like read option, and then threw the screen right off the back of it. And I think he scored off of that. I think Zay Flowers scored off of that one. But like they was having some different little stuff, and I'm like, okay, man, this offense look a little better. You feel me? Like it's different. It's a different. You can tell they kind of added a different spice to the run game. We get to the fourth quarter. They up. I think this was when D Hop caught the touchdown, the one-hand touchdown that took them up 40-25. They missed the PAT. First off, they be scoring way too fast. Like I remember saying in the game, I tweeted, bro, this is the time where Lamar has to manage this game. He has to take his quarterback in play, his quarterback in management to another level. He has to take it to unless they're not gonna win. They're never gonna win if he don't take it to another level because the defense is ass. He has to take more time off of the clock. He has to extend plays. Them niggas irritating. They ran the ball well. They ran the ball. The Ravens ran the ball for 238 yards. I think they made history. No team has ever ran for 238 yards and lost the game. They ran for 238 yards, but the Bills had the ball for 35 minutes. So that's what I'm saying. The Ravens were scoring too fast. I understand if it just busts open and you gotta do what you gotta do. But in drives, you gotta be like, bro, we just need to keep getting first downs. Let's just call plays to where we can get 4 yards. Let's just call plays to where we can get 5 yards. Let's just call plays to where it's a 2nd and 1, or it's a 3rd and 1, or it's a 2nd and 4, to where we can just keep the chains moving and keep leaning on this defense. Brother, Ravens have been the top 5 rushing team since Lamar has been a quarterback. You're up by 15 points on the road in the fourth quarter. Why you don't just get in the fucking Tim Tebow Florida offense and just say, hey, we just about to run this bitch with Lamar? Fuck it. Lean on Lamar. Bring in big personnel. No wide receivers. Get y'all ass on. No wide receivers in the game. Or maybe just one. Maybe just Zay Flowers. Bring in 3 tight ends and a fullback and 1 wide receiver. Put Lamar Jackson in a shotgun. Put running backs in front of him. Snap the ball to him and fucking run. And find a way where you want to run and go run. Why they don't just do that? Why they don't just turn around and they just got away from their game. And as I'm watching it, they got to panicking, bro. Like I told you yesterday, like it came to the point where like they was like, oh shit, here we go again. And I can see it through the entire team. That's coaching, bro. That's coaching, but that's quarterback play as well, because you got the lead and you playing against the MVP. You don't want to keep giving him chances to get the ball back. We already see what the defense been doing. They fucking look terrible. The offense looked smooth, but they just didn't finish the game. It's been the same thing with the Ravens. They can't finish. They got the ball back. It's 32-40. The Ravens just got the ball back. 4-minute offense. I'm like, this is 4-minute offense. You got the lead. You got your timeouts. You got the number 1 running game in the fucking game. You've been having your way running the ball with not out of I formation. Where was the toss plays? Where was the read option? Like, where was that shit in the fourth quarter? They literally lined up in I formation and just start handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. I'm like, bro, when you put him under the center, it takes away his ability to be an option as far as running the ball. They coaching is choked. I think they coaching choked, and I think that kind of made they offense choke because they defense, them boys ain't even show up. Josh Allen, I told you this stat yesterday. There were 32 starting quarterbacks that played on this whole weekend. 32. 14 of the starting quarterbacks in the league did not throw for over 200 yards in the game. 14 quarterbacks in the NFL didn't throw for 200 yards in their game. Josh Allen threw for 251 yards in the fourth quarter. Not overtime, in the fourth quarter, bro. The Bills scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. This motherfucker threw for 251 yards in the fourth quarter, and we have 14 quarterbacks in the NFL that couldn't throw for 200 yards in 4 quarters. That was some MVP shit right there. Now, obviously, it's game one. It ain't a bunch of pressure on the game. It's game one. You know, they want to start off with a win. But that was MVP shit. Like, he looked like he was in a zone that he couldn't be stopped. But when you ain't got no pass rush, that's how it be. When you ain't got no pass rush, that's how it be. So, I ain't about to continue to go on. It's game one. A little irritated. But the Ravens look bad. Or they finished bad. And then when it get tight, they start fucking panicking and start doing little stupid shit. And they got to get out of that. But Josh Allen looked like the MVP. Not last year. I'm just talking about this year. Like, that performance he just put on, that was tough. And I watched the whole game. That was tough. Like what I seen, man, they just got to finish, bro. You got to get a pass rush. If your secondary trash and your pass rush trash, bro, you're going to lose games. I thought the defense was going to be way better. Chuck Pagano, he had just got added to the staff talking about this is the best secondary I've been around. You a fucking liar. He's lying. He's lying, bro. He's fucking lying, bro. He's lying, bro. He's lying, bro. They lying, bro. Like, they trying to get them boys confidence, but no. If this the best secondary you've been around, you ain't gonna say it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. Ravens, y'all better tighten up. Lamar, you better tighten up because you're getting to that point where expectation, he kind of got tight a little bit again. Kind of got tight again, but got tightened up, man. Good win for the Bills, though.
Tighten up indeed, man. Excuse me. It's just crazy to see. I'm never talking bad about Josh Allen ever again after that performance, after just going ahead and seeing it. Because you still got to make those throws to go ahead and throw for over 250 yards in one quarter. I don't care what you're talking about.
Shout out to Keon Coleman, too. He showed up. Second half, he had like 7 catches for 90-something yards. Made some plays. He ain't come out there with the mismatched gloves and the mismatched cleats. He was a little bit more serious about this season, I see. And that's what's up. Looked good, made some plays. I don't think he's going to have 100 yards every game or nothing like that, but if he's able to impact the game and in a way, that would just help that offense. So that's good shit. Shout out to Keon. Keep doing your thing, partner.
And then last but not least here, before we go and go out, what was one team or another team or whatever team that you thought played really well and that was surprising or was a big game week one for them to kind of show the teams around them like, hey, listen, like, we're here? Which team out of this week one that did win kind of made a statement for the whole NFL or to the whole NFL, excuse me, like, hey, we're here?
I would say the Chargers. We got to talk about rookies' performance as well. Like Travis Hunter, the Cam Ward, them rookies' performances. But Chargers, I would say the Chargers, I feel like they made a statement win. They always have trouble. They always play the Chiefs well, but they haven't finished. And I think they finished, and it's the first game of the season, even though it was in Brazil. I feel like that was a great flight back. I feel like they good. They feeling good. I think their offense looked better than they probably expected it to look, not knowing how Keenan Allen was going to play. Yeah, he's a great receiver. Done his thing, but he had just got there. You know what I'm saying? He had just got there a couple weeks ago. So we didn't know how that was going to go. And you don't know how Johnson is going to play week to week either, but they looked well. They looked good. Obviously, Amari Hampton, the running back, he's going to continue to get more carries. They're gonna lean on him for sure because Harbaugh is he like his run game, and they have a fucking running back that I think he's gonna be a workhorse. So, and that defense, obviously Derwin James, Khalil Mack, I forgot a lot of the guys on that defense, but they was a top 5. I think they was a top 5 defense last year, and I think they're just gonna carry it on this year. So the Chargers are definitely one of those teams that I was like, okay, they are figuring out that identity, and the league need to be aware, especially the AFC, because they well coached. It's just something about having coaches that know what they're doing, bro. Because you can tell. You can tell when it's a coaching problem, bro. You can tell. Maybe not so much in basketball, but in football, you can tell when coaching is a problem. And I think Jim Harbaugh don't have a coaching problem. I think he can definitely coach, and he loves football and know football. So Chargers are that team that I think they letting people know that we arrived. In a way.
No, absolutely. There's a couple other ones that I want to go and throw out there. Huge win for the Steelers, huge win for the Buccaneers. Those two teams to kind of definitely, well, especially Buccaneers, being down, that was a divisional game for them. Baker Mayfield, they coming back. The rookie coming out of Ohio State, I forget his last name, absolute dog. You want to talk about rookie classes? Mbuke's going to be a problem. I think 4 receptions, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Like to start your first NFL game
with
and
2
to
of them
go ahead
things.
and win, and to win on the second touchdown, the winning one,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, no, that was dope.
It was a snag too. It was like, I do this. Like, yeah, give me that. I don't care what quarter it is. Give me the ball. But I know you're
Man,
about to keep going. What you think about your boy Aaron Rodgers now? Don't just skip over what Aaron Rodgers did. Go ahead, tell me something what you think about Aaron Rodgers, bro. Let me know something.
all y'all people that be hating on that boy y'all better chill out. 22 of 30, 244 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. I don't see any loose pep in that step. He was throwing that ball wherever he wanted to throw it. He was doing the same shit that he was doing in Green Bay this game. I'm sitting there, I'm like, ain't no way that this man is really out here doing what he needs to do. And look at what happens. He gets to a head coach. We talked about coaching, right? We talk about guys that know their players. Tomlin, Rodgers. You ain't think that's not going to be able to work out in that division, let alone in games? And then you got Ramsey back there going ahead and icing things out, letting
Man,
people know, like, listen, y'all think I'm out of this league as well? Absolutely not. Went ahead and folded Wilson to go ahead and clear that game out to basically have them win the game. This was a great game, by the way, as well. The Jets played very well. Granted, I don't know what we saw with Justin Fields. You know, he was running and passing, do what he needed to do. This overall was a great game, but all the light on here is Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers can still go ahead and fling that football. And for them to go 1-0 to start the season, because they had a lot of hype going into this season, I think this is a very, very, very good outcome win for the Steelers to let people know, like, yeah, y'all might want to take us serious over here in our division. Yeah, I know we got, Bengals. I know we got the Ravens. I know we got, I forget who the other team is there, but we're here too. Like, we're no slouch, the Browns. We're going to go ahead and be top of this division if you really want us to. And if Rodgers plays like this, boy, shout out to AR8, man. AR12, that man will always never have a bad spot in my heart. He is a top quarterback and will always be a top quarterback, in my opinion. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 2, but 1 on when he wants to go ahead and really lock in and throw that football. So shout out to the Steelers, man. Shout out to AR.
this is another fun fact, but I want you to elaborate at the end on the question I'm going to ask. There were 32 teams playing on Sunday. I mean, this whole weekend. They were 2 teams that didn't score a touchdown. One of those teams was the Giants. Neighbors looked like he fucking mad. He mad already. He can't stand whatever going on over there. He can't stand it, bro. He about to request a trade. Boy, he about to be like, bro, I gotta get up out of here and go somewhere else where I can play, bro. Like, I can't do this shit over here. But they didn't score a touchdown. This next team that didn't score a touchdown is probably gonna surprise you a little. Hold on, let me see this. 1 second. Was that a touchdown? Okay, it was a touchdown. Another team that didn't score a touchdown was the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud offense didn't score a touchdown versus the Rams. This is C.J. Stroud's 3rd year. Going into his 3rd year. And I'm sure no matter what he do this year, they're going to say, hey, we about to give you $300 million, because, this is the market and this is that and blah, blah, and shada-na, whatever. He was one of those quarterbacks that didn't throw for 200 yards on Sunday. What do you think about C.J. Stroud walking into the season opener and not scoring a touchdown in the season opener of the season? What do you think about that? He got Nico Collins. He got Dalton Schultz. He had Chubb. Chubb had 13 carries for 60 yards. That's cool. You got, what's his name? I think it's Williams, the other receiver. The rookie, Higgins, the receiver, the rookie receiver. But you got Nico Collins. You got a top 5, top 6 receiver in the league. And this your 3rd year. You're supposed to be making guys better around there. What do you think about him going in there into SoFi to play against the Rams and Sean McVay-led team and not putting up no points on offense? Touchdowns. I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think that's coaching, or you think that's him pressing, trying to do more and falling short? What do you think the cause of them not scoring a touchdown is?
What wins you games in the NFL? Quarterback position. What gets you to where you get deep in the playoffs? The quarterback position. What is the most primary position in the NFL? The quarterback position. For you not to go ahead and score a single touchdown in the NFL is disgusting, especially the guys that you just listed that are on that football team, that you could not go ahead and distribute the football to them. 19 of 27, 188 yards, 1 interception. So you having that 1 interception, that tells me that you were not being able to distribute the football in any shape or fashion at a high level to go ahead and get yourself an opportunity to score a touchdown. If you're a Houston Texans fan, you are definitely worried right now because you go ahead and face Buccaneers next week. Then you go ahead and face a Jaguars team, if I'm not mistaken. And then I know you got another team that's probably going to be tough that you got to play as well. But let's be honest here. All NFL teams are tough to play. So for your quarterback, your franchise guy, to go ahead and come out here and not throw a touchdown, but an interception is very nerve-wracking. And this is another guy, a guy that got hyped in, had one great year, and look at what we're seeing. We're getting all the way on top of the mountain, and it's looking like it's going steep fast on the way down. Fast. And you cannot have that at that quarterback position because now you're relying way too much on the defense. Now you're relying way too much for those guys to go ahead, and they're going to have to be out there more to go ahead and make plays for you. You got to figure it out. That is not a good look for C.J. Stroud and those Texans right now. I'll tell you that. If they don't get that cleared up, they can be looking at a crazy, crazy record to finish out this September month.
Yeah. Okay. Any surprise performances by either a team or a player that kind of stood out to you from Sunday or for this entire weekend? Like anybody like you know what I mean? Any surprise performances by a player or a team that you seen this weekend?
I'm going to go ahead and say this, though, because you can't. The Dolphins absolutely suck. Moving on. The guy that I would say, the guy that would be just, I guess, a good performance or, I don't know, or team. Granted, I fell asleep, and I'm kind of sick that I fell asleep. Josh Allen doing what he did. Like that. That is crazy. Even though we talked about it earlier, that's one that's he's serious. Let's see here. One that I can go ahead and
I'm gonna go
if
here.
If you have one, go ahead. If you have one, go ahead and do it. If you got one,
I'm gonna mess you up on this one because it surprised me because it was bad. So it ain't surprised me because it was good. Joe Burrow, he was 14 for 23 for 113 yards. No. That's for the whole game.
Yikes.
Josh Allen threw for 251. Bro, there's people that think Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league, and I just be like, dog, are y'all fucking crazy? Bro, I know the Browns cool, but come on now. 14 for 23 for 130. Bro, they should have lost. The Browns missed the field goal. They should have lost. He threw in the first quarter, in the first half. No. In the second half, he had 25 passing yards. He had 15 passing yards in the third quarter and 10 in the fourth quarter. This Joe Burrow we talking about. This the guy they keep saying gonna win MVP. I'm not saying he's not, but they always have these slow starts. Like last year, they lost to the Patriots in week 1. And he was turning the ball over, whatever. This year, they almost lose to the Browns week 1. And I had the Browns win that game. I remember I had the Browns win that game because I'm like, their defense is going to be able to stop. Obviously, shit. Nigga, 113 yards passing. Browns defense showed up. You got Jamar Chase. He was the number 1 pick in damn near everybody's fantasy pick this year. He had 26 receiving yards. T. Higgins, 33 receiving yards. These guys make up for damn near 70% of the salary cap. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. And they gave you, 60 receiving yards and 113 passing yards? That ain't going to cut it. So they need to tighten up. So that performance surprised me. Like, I definitely had Jamar Chase going for over 100. You know how he do it. Like, I like Denzel Ward still. You feel me? Like Jamar Chase can take a slant 70 if he wanted to at any time, and he can do shit like that. That performance surprised me because I expected more from the Bengals offense for sure. That surprised me as well. What you think about these rookies? Let's go ahead and just get in these
rookies. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to say about these rookies, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean,
number 1 pick.
You got Travis Hunter. Let's see. Cam Ward was first season debut, 12 of 28, 112 yards, under probably 50%. I saw clips. Guys were dropping the ball a little bit. I didn't see it. You lost. You keep building. I mean, he's a guy that you just got to keep stacking days. Just kind of just like Aiden Childs. How we got to see him completely progress every single week. He's just got to still want, and his mentality is always good too. Like if you've seen Cam Ward or seen him talk, like he wants to get better. Like it's not like he's one of those guys that are like, I'm here, I'm good. Like no, like he wants to be better, and I can see him continuing to get better. I mean, looking at the score, they had an opportunity to possibly win this game.
Yeah,
the way I'm looking at it. Yeah, so I think Cam Ward is definitely going to be a guy that's going to be fine for that team. They got their guy. He's just got to continue to just keep learning, which he will. And guys got to catch the damn ball too on that team. So other than that, I'm straight. You want to talk about Travis Hunter?
Yeah, we talk about. Let me briefly talk about Cam.
That's about really the. No, go ahead.
No, talk about Cam briefly. He got sacked 6 times. He was under duress. I mean, he went up against one of the best defensive coordinators, one of the best defenses in the league right now with Vance Joseph and Pat Surtain, and they just get they got a defense, and I still think a couple of the guys are out on that defense because they was coming off injuries, like Treadwell. He played for the 49ers last year for the last few years, and I think he's out right now. Top defense, and that's a tough start for any quarterback, especially let alone a rookie starting his first game on the road playing against a number 1 defense down there in the league, with coming off with the reigning defensive player of the year and Patrick Surtain Jr. But wide receivers was missing the ball. I mean, they were dropping the ball. Some of the passes he was probably rushing a little bit too much in there. He was young. First game, he trying to, he don't really understand the tempo of what pass I need to throw right now, because it's different from practice, bro. This ain't practice. This shit different. Like, every pass means something. So I like the way he throw the ball. Like I said, he got arm talent, and I think he want to be in the field with his team. Like, he want to be in the field with them. He rock with him. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to have to see. It's his first game. I think he's in his year rookie. I think he'll be fine. But go ahead. You about to talk about your boy T Hunter.
That's your boy. I mean, you've seen the hype, you've seen everything. He's not able to play both ways. There's no way possible. As you saw that he was playing corner, I don't know his snaps, nor do I need to see his snaps, nor do I need to see what he did. There was one clip that I did see because I didn't watch any of the game. He was about 10, 15 yards off, maybe playing cover 3 off the end in the boundary. And me knowing the game and me actually having the opportunity to kind of get in a little bit of the corner room, he doesn't trust himself at all and doesn't want to go ahead and be an athlete out there and read his keys like we talk about on here. Side shuffling, really hedging outside to not get beat outside, that shows me that you are not comfortable in what you're trying to do. And what you did on the wide receiver position, 6 receptions for 33 yards. We were told that you were going to go ahead and be playing at a high level. Those stats and things that I saw just briefly, that really didn't show me that you can play at a high level. I mean, you said that you were going to go ahead and play over 70 snaps. This is what we were told. We were told that you were going to be able to play at a high level in the NFL both ways. And I'm going off the stats, nor do I need to see the film. That don't look like it. So either you got to pick one side or the other, and I'm going to say this for the remainder of his career. You have to pick one side. And this crazy thing about that is that you don't look like you're developed on either side. So what are we doing?
Do you think, because I do think this is a part of it. I mean, I remember when I was kind of playing both sides, and it was like, obviously you're not going to be able to do that because you got to really put in time at one position, and you splitting, so you're not going to be as fundamentally sound at one of them, and you're really just using your athleticism and your knowledge of the game to help to cover up the fundamentals. But you ain't going to be able to cover up the fundamentals in the league. You're not going to be able to cover up the fundamentals in the league. Do you think, because obviously you just said you don't think you're going to be able to play both sides, right? Do you think his development in college, because he wasn't practicing. Remember, it was like, hey, Coach Brown was like, hey, he don't practice on these days because he played both sides of the ball. So he wasn't practicing. He wasn't crafting. You feel what I'm saying? Like that, like every rep is a rep. Like you need to be out there to like see the game and feel the game. And it's different when you feel the game and you see the game, like line up on this side, line up on that side, line up versus this coverage, this look, that look. It's so many different looks every time. But if you're not out there, then you ain't getting those reps of seeing the game from different aspects, different spots, different down and distances, different situations. Do you think him playing under Coach Prime kind of stunted his growth as far as fundamentals? Because he got raw talent. We know he got raw talent. But like you said, when you seen him in his backpedaling, did it look like he knew what he was really doing? Or it looked like he was out there just doing what he did in college, just playing? Because you ain't going to be able to just play like that in the league. You got to, matter of fact, do you think him playing under Coach Prime and him not practicing and him not really focusing more and more on one position, do you think that stunted his growth as far as development? Because you're not going to be able to get that back. Do you think that?
1,000%. And the reason why I say that is because I just put myself in the position where I had to go from running back to wide receiver when I was at Michigan State. I played running back my whole life. And I have no clue about the wide receiver position. I have no clue how to look. Now I'm at the backfield looking at O-lineman, quarterback, fullback, or maybe no fullback. Now I'm completely going out here on an island, and I am watching now corner, DN, linebacker, safety. And how am I going to go ahead now and get open with what the coverage they're doing? You have to build those reps, it's just like you said. You can't take days off of just thinking that you can just go out there, AKA, I feel this is a great term to say, be a robot and just do the same shit that you do programmed since you've been doing it since high school or the last game that you've done it, or you see this, do that. Like, he has to continue to learn and evolve, and he's not doing that. He was coddled at Colorado. They knew exactly what they were doing, Coach Prime and him bringing him over. He was coddled the whole way there. Let's not go ahead and not hide the elephant in the room. For a kid not to go ahead and practice and have off days is absolutely insane, especially at the college level. Is insane to have 2 days off in practice is absolutely insane. Yes, Coach Prime hindered his way to craft every single day because now it's just showing up. It showed up on Sunday. It showed like you can't hide when a guy don't know what he's doing out there. And it clearly knew that he was scared and didn't want to look like a fool. You can really tell when someone's real nervous about their first time when they got to go ahead and they got to change something up about themselves. He comes into the building and shaves off his whole head, right? What does that tell you? It gives you an indication. We need a clean slate. I need a new start. I need to do this, do that, because, yeah, you know why? Because you're actually working, my brother. You're actually out here where this ain't no goddamn bullshit that we doing on a day-to-day basis where you can just roll your helmet out. You got to earn this shit. This ain't no soup kitchen, what you've been doing your whole life. You ain't got no NIL money coming in. Granted, you did get a big bag. But I'm just saying, this ain't no shit where you playing the same guys in college that you just come in, put your pads on. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? Hey, just another day doing our thing. What you gonna do this weekend, man? You gonna go for like 100 something? Yeah, you know, these guys really can't mess with me for real. Yeah, no, that shit ain't going in the NFL, brother. The third guy that you go ahead and beat a spot out is still on your ass. Yes, so long-winded answer. Him doing what he did with go with Coach Prime hindered what he's doing right now, and I don't think what is he going to even do now? Like, the Jags made an investment for 4 years into this. What are y'all going to do? Are you going to listen to him saying, no, I can play both ways. I can be the guy. Nah, brother, you can't. Who's going to be the guy to actually step up in that DB room, wide receiver room, office, general manager? Tell him like, hey, bro, no, you're not doing this because we're seeing it on tape. You don't need to see a lot of games to see on tape that a man can't go ahead and perform at either or level.
Do you think?
God bless him. That's all I got to say.
Do you think because he a rookie still. I told you that yesterday. I know you're going to say, but he a rookie still. It's his first game in the NFL. I don't care how great you are. Shit moves a lot faster than it did in college. Like, I know he was like, oh, the NFL, he like, they get in the huddle every time, so it ain't going to be that fast. Yeah, but the players are way better, so it's going to be way faster. Because in college, you wasn't going balls to the wall every play. Because you had an advantage in athleticism over a lot of the guys where you won a Heisman. You had that advantage over there. Now you going up against guys that's really on that. You going up against grown men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going up against little kids no more. You going up against grown ass men that know what they doing. That's locked in all the way. That's studying you more than you even studying yourself. Do you think that has something to do with his performance? First off, he had 6 catches and 33 yards. But if you was watching it, he was getting smacked on a couple of them catches. They was teeing off with his ass. All that little juking bullshit he was doing in college, that shit might have worked then. But boy, these D linemen, when they see the ball thrown, they turn and they pew, and you cut back inside if you want to. You're going to get your fucking jaw broke. They was teeing off on dog. And a couple times he was getting up slow. I'm like, oh boy, he ain't going to make it through the whole season. Because he fucking little. So, yeah, I don't even know all about the ask, but I just threw that out there. But, yeah, whatever.
No, but to add on to that, like, again, that just goes back to Colorado. Imagine if he was actually at one position at wide receiver and actually working on grown man strength. That's what you have that process for. you go ahead and find out, like, all right, like, maybe now I'm at like 210. Now I'm feeling kind of swole. Like, I can go ahead and take those hits on and be able to play wide. He just has to play one goddamn position. Like, look at Will Johnson yesterday playing for the Arizona Cardinals. Out there smacking shit, playing downhill. Bro, he was playing, and you told me when we were talking yesterday, playing like a grown fucking man. A grown man at the corner position. In the NFL, and that's his primary position, and he's top of his position. He damn near right behind Travis Hunter at the cornerback position. He was the best corner coming out of the draft.
No, he was
the best corner.
He was the best corner for sure. He failed because he had like some type of knee injury, and they was kind of questionable about that. But he should have been a top 10 pick for sure. He only failed because of that. Like Will Johnson, I think he was second as far as like pass percentage, defense, DBs. He was second in PFF this whole weekend out of all corners. PBUs in the end zone. I seen him guarding a fade route. He ain't panic. None of that shit. He guarding it up. His arms go up. I'm knocking that shit up. If I ain't there late, I'm taking his arms away. And he's technique sound. Like, he can play off. He can play press. He can play inside. He can play outside. At the end of the day, it's so many different systems in the NFL. So many different systems. What's going to keep you great and keep you in it is technique and fundamentals. You have to have to maintain a career. You have to. But shout out to Will Johnson, though, from the crib. Yes, sir, Ski.
God, I love that we got football back going, man. You guys have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend. Hold on, before we go real quick, because I want to ask this question for you. You got 4 guys that you're going to pick from that you have to go ahead. This is NBA now. You have 4 point guards that you have to go ahead and choose from. All eras that you're going to go ahead and choose. I got Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. I'll say that again. I got Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. Which one are you choosing?
I got to pick one.
However you want to think about it.
Okay.
However you want to think about it. You take which one are you taking? There ain't no question. It's just which one are you, to you, who are you taking when I say those names? Then yes, it is tough.
It is, bro. It is.
This one is crazy tough. I saw this and I'm like, this is really putting someone on the spot.
I got to go with this. I've been thinking about it. This guy's been productive. I ain't even going to do all of that. I'm going to take Westbrook and his career. MVP, when he was cooking, he was cooking. Like, he is a force. He was a force. Now, he'd do some dumb shit all the time, but he was a force to be reckoned with. And the way he played in his prime, he played downhill, fast, aggressive. He can pass the ball, triple-double. He won an MVP. One of the best competitors we've seen play sports, not even just basketball. He give it his all every night. Like, from the beginning of his career all the way to shit now. He still, you feel me? He still be going hard. It's just different now because he's older. But I got to go with Westbrook, bro. I got to go with Westbrook because he can pass. D Rose ain't played forever. Like, D Rose had like 1 or 2 good years, and I fuck with that, but he ain't Westbrook. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't Westbrook. Kyrie, I like Kyrie, but I ain't taking Kyrie, and I ain't taking Allen Iverson because those guys, AI is more of a scorer, and my guard, I kind of want my guard to be versatile. I want you to be able to score as well, but I want you to be able to get other guys in the game. And that's one thing Westbrook did in his prime, was get other guys involved. Like, he definitely made the Cephalosius better, the Nick Collinses better, the Ibaka better. You feel me? Those guys, he made those guys better. Like, they was competing they went to the fucking finals. You feel me? And he was a big part of that. Obviously, they had Kevin Durant, but he was a big part of that because of his energy and fucking athleticism, his drive, his passion for the game. So I'm taking Westbrook. That was a good question, though. That was tough.
No, I like that. I like that.
I don't think you thought I was gonna pick. Who you thought I was gonna pick?
No, not at all. I thought you were gonna go ahead and take possibly either Allen Iverson or Kyrie. But I was saying Allen Iverson, then Kyrie.
Okay.
I don't know. I was guessing on that. I was shocked actually that you went ahead and took. I was shocked that you took Westbrook because you be talking mad cash about him now. But I get it though. I get it. But with that, people, man, we appreciate you tuning in. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Peace out, y'all. We'll see you next time.